Okay, welcome to my YouTube channel. I normally make Sims 4 content for some reason. Today, instead of Sims 4 content, I am here standing before you with a table. I don't know, I feel like a cringe YouTuber right now, so we're gonna see how this goes. I wanted to do a cooking video because I have the unofficial Sims cookbook here. My friend got me this for Christmas, and I kind of flipped through it on stream one day, and a bunch of people were like excited about the prospect of me attempting to make something from this book. What better time than the love holiday of all time, Valentine's Day. I just realized my calendar over here is still saying January. February is an emu. Do you want to see him? This is February. Anyways, I want to make flirty heart cookies because it's Valentine's Day, and I figured we should start with an easy one. Except for then, I bought all the stuff, and I realized this is the prep time takes 3 hours. Also, I feel way too tall. Let me get a chair. Okay, it says, flirty heart cookies are created by a sim who is feeling flirty, and they're really great for setting the mood. These are the kind of cookies that Don Lothario would have ready for any woman who may enter his home, and they can definitely make sure you're feeling flirty too. Also great for a love day party. Boom, welcome to my love day party. We're making heart-shaped cookies. So they say step 1 is to preheat the oven to 350. I will be ignoring this because it says that prep time takes 3 hours. I'm not leaving my oven on for 3 hours. There are a bunch of things that it requires. Let me introduce you to my bag of things. It's really heavy. Mainly because I have a bunch of like actual cooking supplies in here, but let's do a tour. A cutting board, which will surely come in handy. A roller. I have an apron because I actually do love to cook and I have one of these. We got sugar cookie mix, which is on the ingredients list, interestingly. We got super fine almond flour, lemon zest. I got a lemon. I've never zested a lemon before. I'll be honest, I love to cook. I'm still not entirely sure what zesting a lemon means or what it is. I don't know. I could make some joke about Johnny Zest, but once again, I feel like a 2011 YouTuber in this setup, so I'm just gonna like refrain from the puns. Unsalted butter at room temperature. It's just in a Tupperware. I don't know. I find the room temperature thing to be so annoying because I always want to cook and I never have the butter room temperature, but this is room temperature because I am brave and I actually prepared us before. The next one I forgot about, I didn't prepare. 1 large egg at room temperature. Let's go grab an egg. This also most certainly will not be at room temperature because I do store my eggs in the fridge. Oh my god, there's like only 4 legs left. Thank god there's eggs because I didn't buy any because they're astronomically expensive at the moment. Thank you, capitalism. Okay, I got the egg and some tea, so we are winning. Half a cup seedless raspberry jam. Okay, so I didn't realize it was so much jam, if I'm being totally honest. So hopefully I have enough here. But I have this little thing of strawberry wild rose jam that I thought would be wonderful to use in this. And it says raspberry. Once again, I got strawberry. I couldn't find raspberry at the store. And as a backup, since that most certainly will not be enough, I just have like normal strawberry jam. Confectioner sugar, which is just a fancy way to say powdered sugar. I got that. It's right here. I don't know, I'm like running out of space. I'm a real cooking show. I have all kinds of like tools and utensils in here. Also, if my apron has stuff on it, ignore it. Okay, right, it says to in a stand mixer or with a hand mixer. I don't have a hand mixer, I guess. I used to have one, and it was my roommate's, and mistakenly, in my memory, I went, oh yeah, we definitely have a hand mixer. For some reason, this is what is in my household. So somehow, I just don't think this is gonna entirely do the job. Part of me wonders if this video is even going to be something that anyone who watches me is gonna wanna watch. This is like my first like non-Sims video. What do I even talk about? Like, it's so odd to just be here and to not be playing Sims and to have like no lore to talk about or anything. Maybe I'll leak something. I am getting really close to the end of my save file and oh my god, I just spilled it everywhere. That's lovely. But yeah, I guess I can still talk about Sims 4 stuff. The Sims 2 came out just a little bit ago. At the time that I'm recording this, yeah, it like just came out. I am like actually addicted. I had a lot of issues on release day, But since I have moved to a different neighborhood and things are okay, knock on wood, I'm really nervous, I'm gonna break it if I talk about it too much. Okay, so it says only to use a 1/4 cup of the superfine almond flour. So I keep staying up all night playing it. Okay, it says to just mix like all of the ingredients into one bowl, but my time cooking has taught me that you mix your dries and then you mix your wets. The way that I keep like casually being like, I cook. It's like I'm trying to prove to you guys I cook. I think you guys believed me like the first time I said it. I don't know. I think I just didn't know what to say in this video because it felt so awkward. And yeah, it looks literally just like flour. Like, so now it's calling for the lemon zest, butter, and egg. The thing is that it's calling for a teaspoon of the lemon zest. I have a teaspoon here, and I have a lemon, and I even brought a grater. But how do you zest this in such a way that it goes here? Maybe if I do it into a bigger container first, would that be easier? I feel like an aesthetic housewife right now, and I'm not quite sure if that's like a positive or a negative thing. I just grate it, right? Like, okay, here's the issue. It's not like nothing's happening. Isn't that just lemon peel? I came up with the name for my save file, and I am gonna leak it in this video so that only you guys who watch this video know. My save file is gonna be called Anecdote, because basically what I do in my videos is just share anecdotes about made up Sims and characters that I created. Okay, this like isn't really working as intended. It's all sticking to this grater. Why do they call it lemon zest and not just like lemon peel? It's just lemon peel. But yeah, so eventually I want to make a Sims 2 recipe because I think that that would be a lot of fun, or like a Sims 3 one, like a more classic Sims recipe. Obviously, there's like an abundance of Sims 4 recipes to make. They don't really feel like classic Sims to me the same way that like, I don't know, ambrosia or a grilled cheese does. I thought about making ambrosia for my 24th birthday, which is coming up, but then I thought more about it and I would hate ambrosia. But what a funny video concept. Like, I made ambrosia because I'm aging up and I hate the time. About my Sims 2 video, people were really mad, and I just kind of wanted to address a few things regarding it. Shit, I just poured it everywhere. I get it. It was kind of like a divisive title decision. I just title my stuff like that pretty common though, so I was a little bit surprised. But I did get a lot of comments upset that I was upset, or that I was complaining that the re-release had issues. Okay, I'm gonna call this enough. Some people were upset that I, quote, wasted my money. It's my fault I wasted my money. I have a Sims 4 YouTube channel, but just because I was like, what a fun video idea that was. Ultimately on my channel, we have this thing where like I struggle, and that's like part of the bit. And I think people took me struggling with the game a little personally, like more personally than I took it. We're gonna add our egg. It's pretty close to room temp. I didn't really think about the fact that I didn't bring a trash can in here for this egg. And this is raw egg, and there is bird flu happening. So I'm gonna go and wash my hands real quick. I understand the defensiveness about the game itself. I definitely wasn't saying I didn't like the game. I meant, I don't know why I expected EA to have done better with this release. The reason I thought EA was gonna do better is just because of the like level of care they put into marketing it and how beloved The Sims 1 and The Sims 2 are to the community. And I thought it made a good video so that you guys would then know if you wanted to spend your money on it or not. This looks really dry, which the instructions say it's gonna look really dry, but it looks really dry. Like, don't really know how this is gonna come together. But yeah, I also do wanna say that like Sims 2 is definitely an exception on my channel of this rule I have, where you'll notice I don't review packs. I don't sit up awake waiting for The Sims 4 Love Struck to come out. I don't review Life and Death and tell you if you need to buy it or not. The exception is gonna be bands. Like, if you see me doing that for bands, it is the exception to this rule. I've made it very clear historically on this channel that I do not believe that The Sims 4 is worth it in any way, shape, or form, and that you shouldn't probably buy it because it's a waste of money. It's not worth it. When I tell you that this is dry, like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, dry. This is the most awkward. Jeez, okay, this is gonna be a mess. This is not a good plan. This is a horrible plan. Oh no, what do I do? Hello, how do I not? I don't know. I don't know. I really feel like I need more butter or something. There just ain't no way a hard dough forms out of this. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna go in with our hands. And honestly, this is way less messy than the other way. It's gonna help a lot, the more butter. Like, I really think so. This is gonna get us where we need to go. It smells delicious. The thing I forgot to mention in my Sims 2 video that I actually was really disappointed in myself for not putting in the video was information about the strike going on. And the strike I'm talking about here is the SAG-AFTRA strike, which is affecting various video game companies, like EA is on the list. This is mainly about actors and voice actors in these video games. And you should care just because, like, actors are workers just like the rest of us, and they deserve to make a living off of their work under conditions that are humane and safe and comfortable. Without these actors, like, imagine how hollow The Sims would feel if we didn't have The Sims saying Simlish. Like, somebody actually had to record those lines. You know, they brought a performance that only they could provide, and generative AI is threatening to kind of take away these opportunities for these actors. And I've talked about this before, but generative AI is completely derivative, and it is a recycled performance, and it is completely taught on unpaid labor. A lot of people are conflating this with a boycott. It's not a boycott, and there's a really important reason that you don't conflate a strike with a boycott, because to say that something's being boycotted when it's not an official targeted boycott diminishes the effectiveness of actual boycotts. And on their FAQ, they have said that they want creators and streamers and players to continue to play the game and to just spread awareness. Ultimately, that was my greatest mess up with that video, was not including that info in that video. Okay, so now it says to divide the dough in half, wrap in plastic, and let chill for 30 minutes. And then I'll clean all this up in the meantime, because oh my god. The prep so far is probably going to be correct because I've been recording for an hour now, and we only just finished doing the dough. We got a lot more to do. I do have to say, these are going to turn out good, because as much as I love Type 3 fun on this channel, which if you don't know, Type 3 fun is a type of fun that's not actually fun at all, but you still do it for fun as a hobby. I do it a lot on this channel. As much as I enjoy myself some Type 3 fun, this is not going to be that, because if these cookies turn out bad, I'll be very upset. The dough is here, and it totally looks the same as before. And we take half of it and we roll it out on a lightly floured surface. Look at how prepared I am. I got flour, I got dough. I'm doing great. Also, I'm gonna take a second to preheat my oven for real now. I'm just gonna do it on the table. I know I brought the, see what I mean about it's clumpy? I'm assuming they want me to do this with the almond flour. Watch, they mean like real flour. Real flour isn't on the recipe list. That this works. It's kind of crumbly. Oh no. What's crazy is it's not even gluten-free. So like, what's the point of not using real sugar? Is sugar cookies better with almond flour? I fear this isn't right. Packing. Oh my god, I'm so sad. You know what I said about how it won't be fun if it's a mess? It's not gonna be fun for me. Not even Type 3 fun. It's just not gonna be fun. 2-inch heart-shaped cookie cutter. Cut out 14 cookies. There's no way 14 cookies are coming out of this. There's just no way. Is it too wide? Am I meant to go thinner? I somehow don't think that's right. Okay, so I'm just gonna try and like maximize cookie space as best as I can. Yeah, this is not 14 cookie. This is gonna be like 6. What did I do wrong? I have to wonder if I bought the wrong kind of dough. Like if there's like a non-gluten-free almond flour that I was meant to buy instead of the gluten-free kind. Okay, I'm going to like do my best to carefully transport them all into this tray. I'm worried these are too thick, but once again, if they were any thinner, they would just break. Okay, it's risky, but I'm grabbing some of that dough to make a few more of these, because we're gonna cut out the middles and we can redo that dough to make more of those. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but it's gonna work out, okay? I promise. I wonder if they chose 14 because 14 is the number they make in the game, or if because February 14th, like Valentine's. Because it specifically says 14 of them, which is a very peculiar number. Okay, so now I have to put them on a baking sheet, so I'll be right back with that. See, this is why I didn't preheat this forever ago, is because I am the best, and I perfectly estimated that. So I have a baking sheet with parchment paper, which is the one that you can put in the oven, not wax paper. I'm gonna do them that apart and call that good. Do people really follow that? If I put them 2 inches apart, none of them would fit on here. Like 2 of them would fit in a row. Hello? The ones on the wood are way easier to take off, I gotta say. Yeah, definitely have to do 2 batches because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the weird one left over, which I'm just gonna put the weird one off to the side. And now I'm gonna go cook these for 10 to 12 minutes. So here is our second half of dough. And I think I might roll it out on this cutting board since I am gonna have to use this knife actually. So I made a mess again for no reason. Although it was already a mess, so it's fine. Oh no, okay. I'm trying to remember that it's like allowed to be thin because of how they're gonna be like stacked on top of each other. So I'm just gonna try and fit as many as we can, but once again, we cut out the hearts and then we'll have a bunch of leftover dough to make more cookie with. And our goal is gonna be 13. And since you're cutting out the middle, you can overdraw as long as it goes onto the inside. So I want it to be like this and like there. Oh my God, it's breaking apart. Do you see that? See, that's the issue is like, how do you get that to not happen? I guess it's the dragging motion that's like not ideal. Maybe if I do more of like a up and down saw kind of situation. Okay, so there's that middle. I'm just gonna take it out. I mean, not to toot my horn, but I think it's pretty good. Sorry, this is taking an extreme level of focus from me. We look at these little ones, and I guess we could have cooked these little ones on their own. Okay, you guys get the gist. It's gonna go faster if I do it with both my little hands. The question is, are you, the viewer, having a good time? I'm wondering what is gonna be new in Sims News by the time this video comes out, because there was a lot more on that timeline. Like, didn't they kind of imply that there was a new expansion coming? I'm curious what that is. I'm probably not gonna be super hype on it unless it is bans. God, I hope it's bans. Yeah, new expansion pack. Everybody is so mad about it. Rightfully so. I'm not like saying that you can't be mad. You should be mad. Businesses and hobbies or whatever are releasing expansions more often now. Like, we used to only get like 1 expansion a year, and they've amped it up to the point where we're getting like 3, and poor me in the past wanting bans so badly. It's just, it was never gonna happen, and I've just accepted it's never gonna happen. At the same time, I will be scared when they do bans because inevitably they're gonna mess it up, and I'm gonna be really sad. We got another minute on our cookies, so I better... Okay, initial thoughts upon walking out here. They smell delicious. Ew, look at how dirty my thing is. Okay, sorry. Attempting to record me pulling this out of the oven, objectively, not the best idea, especially while I'm wearing a lav mic that might fall in, but here we are. They look really good, and I'm gonna let these cool as per the directions. Ow! I love how I'm talking at you guys like this is a how-to video. They didn't spread like at all, so I am gonna try and put some of these open hearts with this kind so that we don't have to get like 3 or 4 pans into the circulation. And I'm gonna go and put these in the oven for 10 more minutes. But yeah, please let me know if you like the more real life Sims adjacent kind of content. I was thinking about doing a video where I like style my sim self or a sim, and then I try and thrift and then recreate the outfits in real life, which I feel like could be a lot of fun. But it is just kind of dependent on if people like this, hate this, don't like it. Probably hate this video, you probably aren't watching this far in. This is going horribly wrong. Everything's falling apart. We're reaching a place where it's just like not, like the dough isn't working anymore. How much can I squish it back together with my hands and it'll still work, do you think? This did take 3 hours. I will say props to this cookbook because I see all the time people write recipes and be like, oh, this will take you 20 minutes. 3 hours later, I have dinner. Like, I just want you to be honest. I don't care if you say this is gonna take you 3 hours. I appreciate the honesty. Clearly, it taking 3 hours does not make me shy away from the endeavor I make multi-hour long lore Sims videos. I'm gonna take these, put the last batch in the oven. Okay, disaster has struck. Some of these are definitely burnt. The difference in how these two pans cook them is very interesting to me. Like, one of them, it cooks really nice, gets brown around the edges. This pan is my normal cookie pan. It's like fine, they'll still taste good, but I am a little bit bummed. I'm gonna put a ton of jam on these. So it says to just cover the whole cookie in the jam, which this is very hard to do with one hand. This jam is not nice and red. Maybe that was the reason that they specifically wanted you to use raspberry. Do we assemble our first one? It looks kind of ugly. Let me find a good one. Let's do it. Let's sandwich them in. That is actually really yummy looking. They look weird with the different colors. I'm really sad because none of these are gonna look that good because of the weird color difference, and then my other heart, like hollow heart ones, burned. If somebody else made these, I wouldn't be so harsh and I would be like, oh my god, lovely. Okay, are you ready for me to show you the disaster that is the rest of these? They're burnt. Especially like this row. Clearly my oven heats unevenly. They're overcooked. That's my fault. Like, some of these are a little bit more busted than others. This one, not my best work. I mean, these are like the Sims ones, right? Honest, do you think these would be poor quality? Or are they like normal? I feel like they're probably poor quality. If your Sim made multicolor, some burnt, some look undercooked cookies, you would zoom in and you go, oh, those are definitely poor quality. I do still have to sprinkle all of them with powdered sugar, which hopefully will fix all of them. Okay, we are almost done. I just got one more cookie to do. The final step is going to be to sprinkle powdered sugar. Ooh, that's not a dusting of powdered sugar. Oops. My mic cut out for the rest of this video, so you can't hear anything that I'm saying after this point, but this is how they turned out. I think that they look, you know, like your Sim made them and they turned out poor quality, but I thought they tasted really good. And yeah, thank you for watching. I appreciate it.